Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President, Developer Relations and Ecosystems Development, Research in Motion, Alec Saunders.
All right, folks. Thanks. Thank you very much. Hello, San Jose. You folks really rock. You know, the last time we saw you in Orlando, I said the waiting's the hardest part. Remember? I was right, wasn't I? Well, I meant every word. That's a line in a song. I meant every word I said. Anyway, I'm happy to announce that the waiting is over. Everything you need to succeed with BlackBerry 10 is here, and it's time to jam. It's great to see you all again. I'd like to give a special welcome to the members of our brand new BlackBerry Elite team, a designation that we're reserving for our top BlackBerry advocates. Where are you, folks? Okay, stand up. All right. Developer mosh pit, that's what's going on there. I love it. These are developers. They're true experts. So I invite you over the next few days to take advantage of their expertise. Each of them is wearing a cool little ID tag. You can see it up there. When you see them walk up, fire away. They don't get those front row seats for nothing, you know. They're here to work. So ask them a few questions and use their experience to help you make fantastic apps. Now, for those of you who may not know me, I'm a developer by training and temperament. I really love turning ideas into solutions that allow people to do cool things they couldn't even imagine maybe doing before. And now I understand that maybe not everybody's like me. So just to get a sense of our shared mission, who here programs primarily in native, C or C++? Stand up for me. Come on, you native folks, stand up. How about the HTML5 folks? Everybody up. Okay. And everybody else, you can stand up too, the ones who program in Air or Java. All right, well, anyway. I was going to ask you all to sit down if you didn't understand the base language underneath all programming languages. But, all right. I thought so, now that we've established each other. Anyway, I'm going to tell you why you're going to be seeing a whole lot more of this universal language in the next little while with BlackBerry 10. And it starts with the product itself. You saw it just a few minutes ago. There are three elements that distinguish every BlackBerry 10 application. They're integrated, they're social, and they're beautiful. Integrated, social, and beautiful. And if you were with us in May at Jam Orlando, you would have heard me use the word flow to describe that user interface. As a practical matter, what that means for the end user is that there's virtually no learning curve. It just works the way it should. And for developers like yourselves, preformed user interface elements in our native cascades, our web, and Air development environments make it super easy to build unique apps that flow on BlackBerry 10. And that's a beautiful thing, right? Who doesn't like easy? So now you've got a great-looking app, and if you're like most people using a mobile handheld device that you bought to stay connected to other people using mobile handheld devices, you want to share. And BlackBerry 10 apps capture this impulse and build on the heritage of our brand. We've always been a fundamentally social product. In fact, did you know that 87% of people who use BlackBerry access social networking sites daily? And that's compared to 63% on average. So social is a pretty big deal. BlackBerry users are more socially active than any other users. And this has positioned BlackBerry 10 apps perfectly to be able to capitalize on current trends, like the fact that connected apps are 15 times more likely to be downloaded. And the gamification of apps in general increases traffic to your specific apps and reduces churn away from them as well. And our share framework enables the user to be one gesture away from sharing content without having to actually leave your app. In other words, everything about the user interface is designed to make it easy for your apps to go viral. BlackBerry 10 also allows for total integration across all the apps. It starts with that unified inbox you saw. All notifications come into one location, and that allows the user to stay connected to everything with ease. Users access the inbox using a single gesture again, so events in your app become visible immediately. And users can then navigate to your app with a single gesture. There's no need to scroll through dozens of apps just to get there. We've built BlackBerry 10 to allow your apps to become an integral part of the user's experience. And when you add all this together, integrated, social, beautiful, users get an experience that's unique. And you get the basis to make unique apps that are built specifically for BlackBerry 10. Yeah, I know. Being able to port apps easily from one platform to another is really important. And yes, at the point of sale, being able to easily locate your apps matter. And I'll get to that in a few minutes. We'll address all these topics. But the simple fact is, and I want you to think about this, when you think of the great apps out there, you associate them with the platform on which they were introduced. So remember this, and develop apps that are uniquely BlackBerry 10, because a differentiated app is going to be a more successful app for all of us. And just because your app works on BlackBerry 10 doesn't necessarily mean it will be a great app. And in this crowded marketplace, your app needs to be a great app to sell. So I urge you to take advantage of the features you saw this morning, the features of BlackBerry 10, and write apps that are specifically for BlackBerry 10. They'll work better, they'll create a better user experience, that'll result in better reviews, that'll translate into more sales. How much? Well, apps that maintain a 4 or higher rating represent over 50% of the revenue generated in App World. A better user experience makes you more money. Okay? So we created this amazing new user interface for you to build differentiated products. And we distributed dev alphas to more than 5,000 developers, including many of the folks that are here today, seeding a development pipeline that's resulted in a response that really has been nothing short of incredible. In fact, the demand for dev alpha was so great that we had to build more to make sure that everyone who wanted to develop for BlackBerry 10 had a device to work with. So you've seen the dev alpha B earlier this morning. It looks a little different than the original, but they both function in the same way. And for you collectors in the audience, no, you can't have two. And for you who want to swap them in the audience, we've only got one for each person. But they work the same way, all right? So don't worry about that. And then we took the BlackBerry 10 product all over the world to see what it was that you could do with it. And I mean all over the world. We went to 26 cities in 20 countries over 4 months. The only continent we didn't visit was Antarctica. It's true. And here's an even more remarkable fact. In the last 12 months, not just this tour, but in the last 12 months, our developer relations team and our strategic alliances team have traveled over 2.5 million miles on behalf of BlackBerry developers. 2.5 million miles. That is 5 times to the moon and back again. Never let it be said that we won't go to the moon for our developers. So we've met some great people on that tour with some great stories. The lightning pitches were a big part of the tour, and they were one of my favorite things. Our youngest pitch winner was just 16 years old. In South America, 2 siblings, aged 12 and 14 years old, wrote a pitch, but they couldn't deliver it themselves. Their dad had to do it for them. In India, I met a 15-year-old who wrote a 450-page book on augmented reality programming, and then he volunteered to write another book on developing for BlackBerry 10. Everywhere we've been, we've seen amazingly passionate people, passionate about building for BlackBerry. In South America, we had developers in tears who had won the hackathons. I don't know how many boxes and phones we autographed in China. It was a truly amazing experience. It just shows you the passion of BlackBerry developers. The tour was so successful, we're going to take it on the road again. This time on the BlackBerry 10 Jam World Tour Enterprise Edition, specifically for enterprise developers. We're going to be visiting Europe, North America, Latin America, Asia Pacific to train enterprise app developers on BlackBerry 10. So any enterprise developers in the audience? Where are you? Give yourselves a round of applause. That's great. You know, I can tell you that we are so looking forward to working with each and every one of you again. And now today, we're going to begin sharing the results of that tour with the launch of our newest campaign called 10,000 Reasons to Believe. Snappy tune, eh? I wonder if they need a singer. Okay, I believe in BlackBerry 10 because RIM believes in developers. Hash BB10 believe. That's my reason. What's yours? What's yours? If you're looking for reasons to believe in BlackBerry 10 and in your future with BlackBerry, look no further than what you and your peers have accomplished. You're doing amazing things with BlackBerry 10, and I want you to help us spread the word. Help us get to 10,000. Tell us your reasons to believe. Tweet it. Use the BB10Believe Twitter hashtag to share your story. Or at Jam here today, we actually have a video booth so you can tell us in person. And of course, we have a terrific website set up. We're going to post your tweets, your videos, your successes, so share those stories with us, and we'll share them with the world. Now, some of the most exciting news on the development front actually comes from our strategic partners, the brand names on virtually everyone's mobile device. And to give us the inside scoop, I'd like to bring out the man, our keyboard player, who manages the strategic partner relations. Please welcome to the stage VP of Global Alliances and Business Development, Marty Malik. Good to see you, Marty. Good to see you.
Alec, how are you doing?
Good, good. So, Marty, you and your team have been working with many of these top partners up for BlackBerry 10. How's it going?
You know, as you know, RIM has put a lot of thought into making sure BlackBerry 10 is an amazing platform for developers and one that they can really build businesses on. BlackBerry world, we talked a lot about the 3 pillars of a healthy ecosystem. The first, a great platform and tools.
Yep.
The second being great apps and content, and then a great storefront. I'm confident that all of the developers here today, they've had the opportunity to see just how productive and straightforward application development is on BlackBerry 10. I know we've had really amazing feedback, really positive feedback on the platform from both large and small companies alike. When it comes to the second pillar, I'm happy to report that we're going to not disappoint. We're going to have some amazing apps, some amazing content on BlackBerry 10 at launch.
Very cool. So give us some examples of some of the partners that are building applications to be ready for the launch of BlackBerry 10.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working hand in hand with the top partners across each of the main categories to support them as they build those world-class BlackBerry 10 experiences. The list includes BlackBerry business and productivity applications, Cisco WebEx, Box.net, SAP, not to mention a lot of the leaders across the vertical markets in healthcare, e-learning, finance.
Cool. So impressive uptake from the enterprise. How about on the consumer side?
Yeah, sure. On the consumer side, we have lots of great applications as well. Why don't we start with gaming?
Sure.
Gaming. So, on Playbook, we've seen an amazing response and great applications and great games being developed. We're building upon that to really, I think it's going to be even stronger on BlackBerry 10. companies like Gameloft, Halfbrick, Union by Unity, Marmalade, Pauper and Games, just to name a couple. There's just a huge swell of developers, supporting the platform.
Yeah. I do a lot of reading on my device, so how about the print media category?
Yeah, so print media, we have a couple of really great apps that are going to give you a really good volume, a global catalog of newspapers. For example, Newspapers Direct with their press reader, 2,200 different newspapers globally. That'll complement the BlackBerry newsstand really well, which has thousands of magazine titles. And then we're also seeing numerous of major publishers building applications that they're going to be putting up on the store as well.
Cool. How about multimedia? Because that's an area that's been a big focus for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Multimedia, we have music, video, TuneIn, Popcorn Flicks, Nobex, Slacker, to name a couple, and a lot of big brands working on applications that are going to come as we get closer to launch.
Yeah. Some of the most useful apps that I see are those little lifestyle apps that I use every day.
Yeah, lifestyle, it is. Those are, the weather applications like AccuWeather or the Weather Channel, the Weather Network, Weather Channel, ticketing applications with, StubHub, various voice applications, people like TruePhone. So really making sure that those applications used every day, building those great BlackBerry 10 experiences.
Got it. So the list goes on and on. And let's not forget the tools partners that we've also got out there. So your team is global, Marty, and this is BlackBerry Jam Americas. Any partners in Latin America you want to call out?
Yeah, we have an awesome, as you know, we have an awesome developer community in Latin America. I was down there last month meeting with lots of them. So some examples, A&E, History Channel, ESPN, all building great BlackBerry 10 applications today. It's truly a global product, and we're seeing commitment across the globe from these major brands.
Cool. Compelling list of partners. Really compelling list.
Yeah. Well, what you see here, it's really just the tip of the iceberg. This is the list of partners that gave us permission to talk about what we're doing here at BlackBerry Jam. But you're going to see a huge number of additional partners come out between now and launch. This really is just a fraction of who we're working with. We're literally working with hundreds and hundreds of partners right now.
Cool.
All the brands you'd expect.
Some big, huge names, huh? So one of the categories that you haven't talked about at all is really one of the main categories on these devices today, and that's a category where BlackBerry is incredibly strong. Social networking. Tell us about that.
Of course. So I'm really excited that we're able to announce here at BlackBerry Jam that all of the major global social networks are going to have applications available on BlackBerry 10 at launch. This includes LinkedIn, Twitter, Foursquare, of course, Facebook.
Okay, I'm really pumped about that. Everybody here knows what a kind of a Twitter and a Facebook nut I am. Anyway, so waiting to hear about that. I can't wait to see what some of these applications are going to look like. When will we see that?
So you're in luck. Let's come on over here because Facebook has been gracious enough to grant us
Facebook.
So they've been, well, thank you. So they've been gracious enough to allow us to show the first preview of the Facebook application on BlackBerry 10 today. So this is a native BlackBerry 10 Facebook application built using Cascades. It literally looks and feels like the core BlackBerry 10 experience. Native. All right, so we have Blake here with us today. Why don't we take a first look?
Excellent.
All right. Hey, Blake. Good to see you.
All right, so why don't we start by just looking at some of the most common functionality in Facebook. We'll start with maybe with the news feed. Perfect.
So we can see that Blake checked in at the conference this morning.
Looks really...
He's on time, I guess, huh?
Yeah, this looks really great. You can see the performance of the application. How about some of the navigation? How do we switch between different things?
Geez, that looks really good. You're just one touch away all the time from accessing all the content. Was that Kinsella?
All right, how about some of the other features here, Blake? Oh, that's awesome. That really looks and feels like that BlackBerry 10 core experience. We saw what Vivek showed earlier.
Yeah,
you can see that this is just the same
really
kind of
shows
peak
off the
capability.
power of Cascades. It really does. Blake, I can see what you're doing there, and the performance is phenomenal.
So, hey, why don't we check out your profile?
Okay, so pictures are one of those things that I do a lot of. Let's see some of your photos.
Looks pretty great. So yeah, literally, showing some really good pictures of yourself here. Let's.
There was a lot of pictures of him.
Yeah, pretty much all Blake. Yeah, he needs some friends.
Dude, you need some friends. This is embarrassing, man.
All right. So we've seen some of the content that you're able to show here. Why don't we quickly bring up the application and maybe we can post something on the application right here at the show.
This is, after all, a live demo.
Absolutely.
It is a live demo, indeed.
Absolutely a live demo.
All right, here.
It's
Now we
gone
can
non-live
check
on
out your
us, though.
typing prowess.
Hang on. We need to get the feedback on. It's
Oh, yeah,
disappeared. Well, he's going to type a status update.
Maybe this guy with the camera can come around.
Do you want to swing around and have a look?
Yeah, why don't we?
That'd be
why don't
awesome.
we,
Thanks. Oh, it's back on too.
Okay. I'll restart then.
All right.
What's on your mind? Oh, look at that. Look at that. One-handed status updates in Facebook. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Cool. Hey, you're really rocking that virtual keyboard, Blake.
Thank you.
All right.
This
Hey.
is clearly an application built for BlackBerry.
Hey, thank you very much, Blake. That's it's great to see that application, and can't wait to see this go live.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Blake. So we're seeing all kinds of strong momentum from the top app developers. And as you mentioned, Marty, that third pillar of a healthy ecosystem is an engaging storefront. So tell me a little bit about what's going on with App World on BlackBerry 10.
Sure. Yeah. As we know, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where our customers discover, download, purchase their content. It's ultimately how all of our developers make money.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So we need a storefront for all of you, whether big or small, to drive your businesses.
Yeah. As we've seen on other platforms, that's not trivial. Our partners have been telling us literally every day that they're appreciating the work that RIM's put into the platform, into the storefront. Things like making sure we have policies that allow for innovation on business models, security to protect intellectual property, preventing piracy, and flexible billing options, allowing people to integrate, like the carrier billing, for example, allowing people to purchase anywhere around the globe.
Key things, and those are all things that really, really matter.
Yeah, and you know what? At the end of the day, no matter where you live, the great thing about App World, you can publish your application and pretty much immediately have it available to those 80 million users in 170 regions around the globe. And you can join the nearly 105,000 apps that have already been approved for sale on BlackBerry App World.
Did you guys catch that? 105,000 apps on App World? 105,000? 105,000?
Yeah, it's 105,000. Yeah,
105,000.
It's true. We continue to see great momentum on BlackBerry OS, building these great applications, and that sets us up for just an amazing and incredible launch for BlackBerry 10.
Cool. And so you're saying that all of these things that you've been talking about in terms of capabilities on App World, they're going to be in BlackBerry 10?
Yeah, that's right. So App World, when it comes to the BlackBerry 10 version, we're taking the strong foundation we've built, all those great features we've talked about, but we're revamping that experience. We've taken a lot of the feedback from the developers. We've taken the feedback from our customers and really are implementing new ways to discover content, to purchase content, to install the content, just removing all the friction from that process.
Cool. That's really good news.
Yeah, why don't we see a demo?
Okay.
So, hey, Ryan, welcome. Thanks for coming.
How you doing, Ryan?
Yeah, Alec.
All right, so the first thing, as Ryan loads App World, that we're going to notice is that in App World is not just apps. We've added a complete catalog of music from the major labels. We've added movies from the major studios and TV shows from the major networks. So, yeah.
One-stop shopping, folks. One stop. That's great. And I love that for app developers because not only is that going to encourage them to buy media, it's going to encourage them to buy more apps as well.
Well, that's exactly right. The goal is to get the users into the store every single day. And while they're there, they're going to download apps, they're going to download content, they're going to be more engaged into that entire process.
Cool.
So Ryan, why don't we take a look at a couple of things here. In addition to the stunning user experience that I'm seeing, it'd be great to take a look at some of those other features.
Hold up.
That will drive
Still don't have the
engagement.
video.
Oh,
There we go. Oh, we don't have the video down there. It's up there. Wow, this is well rehearsed.
all right.
Keep going.
All right, so. All right.
Okay, I'm an idiot. Continue.
So, one of the examples, we're talking about engagement, right? So one of the examples on that there's a new capability, you can see what's trending.
Cool. So trending is going to motivate users to visit the store, see what's popular right now, and hopefully buy more, right?
Yeah, exactly. Get them back in the store, get them in frequently, see what's up. Another thing that's going to drive that engagement, as we said, is these new content types. So why don't we take a look at some of those content types? So we'll take a look at music.
That's
take
beautiful.
A peek.
That's gorgeous. So you can buy by the album and by the song? Is that right?
That's exactly right. You can purchase, by the album, by the song. Same thing goes for video. You can rent or buy movies. You can buy TV shows, and you can view them either now, immediately, or store them to view in the future.
Now or in the future? So is it a streaming service or?
No, it's not. It's actually, one of the great things about Apple, what we're doing is it is a download service. You
Cool.
buy your content, you download on the device, you can view it whenever, whether you're connected or not, on a plane, whatever it happens to be. So
That works for me, yeah. So can we download something then?
yeah, sure, why don't we do that? So we're in gaming here. Let's take a look at some of the top apps.
Okay, so it looks like another big change is that top apps list is now infinite.
Yep, you know what, it's So, one of the great things here within App World is that you can now, keep browsing and, keep looking at those top apps as you go.
Yep.
Also, while you're in those lists, so if we go in, right at the top here, you can go and you can actually take a look at different topics. So you can look at top apps, you can look at trending, and kind of switch between them. So here you can see
Very neat.
top
Very
grossing,
neat.
top rated, top free, all within this exact same screen. All of those lists are infinite. You just keep going until you find exactly what you're looking for.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, so the storefront, it's looking really great. We're really excited by it. This new App World experience is actually going to be available for all the developers with dev alphas. So they'll see this experience immediately. But I should let them know that the purchasing at this stage is not going to be enabled, but we'll see that come in a future version.
Cool. Well, I'm convinced that App World's going to be great for developers.
Absolutely. Hey, Ryan, thank you very much.
Thanks, Marty.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right. And Marty, thanks a lot for coming. It's been great to see. It's been great to see all these big name providers on the platform, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes next.
Absolutely. It's going to be really exciting. Thanks,
Cool.
Alex.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right. So as you can see, we've designed App World to create the conditions for you to be successful, and then reward that success through discoverability and quality. Discoverability meaning, of course, that users are going to be able to find your app, even if they're not looking for it, for all the reasons that Marty just outlined, and quality, meaning the reasons why someone is likely to think your app is cool to begin with. Quality counts, and over time, quality really counts. Users are going to come to see App World as a marketplace that they can depend on to provide consistently high-quality apps that are built specifically for BlackBerry. And toward this end, we announced a Built for BlackBerry certification program in May, and I'm thrilled to announce that the certification lab is going to go live in October. So if you submit your app and earn the Built for BlackBerry stamp of approval, that designation will differentiate your app to consumers in the store by signifying a higher level of quality. And we believe so strongly that a Built for BlackBerry app will make you money that we're willing to back up that belief with our money, a top up to $10,000 for eligible apps. It's our unique 10K developer commitment program, and that's 10,000 more reasons to believe. All you need to do are these three things. 1, you have to earn the Built for BlackBerry certification. 2, you have to have your app up for sale in App World by January 21st, 2013. Keep that date burned in your mind, January 21st, 2013. And 3, you have to make a minimum of $1,000 on your own in the first 12 months. So if you do these 3 things and you don't make $10,000, we'll write you a check to cover the difference. It's that simple. We believe app quality is that valuable. Now, there's going to be a session here at Jam that's going to focus on tips and tricks on how to certify your app. So be sure to sign up if you haven't looked at it already. And, of course, all the Built for BlackBerry program details are available on our site. I'm also totally thrilled to announce that App World will officially open for app submissions next month on October 10th. Come on. Okay, so part of my reaction there is, did any of you in the audience get the significance of the date? BlackBerry 10 on 10/10? Come on. All right. 2 key dates that you have to remember. October 10th, when the store opens, January 21st, when submissions have to be in order to be able to qualify for the 10K commitment. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about is that we have a great developer relations team that's always available to answer your questions. And I have to tell you that these are some of the most passionate, creative, and fun people that you'll ever meet, and they're also a true delight to work with. I can say that as their manager. So stand up, folks. They're out here. All the folks in green shirts. Get to know them. They're here to help. Thank you. Now, finally, I got one more really cool thing for you if you get your app in the store by January 21st, 2013. In addition to being eligible for the 10K commitment, we'll give you a limited edition BlackBerry 10 device as a trade-in for your BlackBerry Dev Alpha. You asked us for a tool, we gave you a tool. And now that you've used it well, we'll replace it with a working BlackBerry 10 device that only you, our most loyal developers, will possess. It's our gift to you in appreciation of your support. And we want you to know how much we appreciate you each and every time you pick up that phone to connect with somebody. Okay? So what does all this mean to you? Well, according to an independent study by Vision Mobile, it means that you're going to make more money than developers on other platforms. 4% more revenue per app per month than iOS developers. And that, in turn, is about 35% more than Android developers. That is a huge difference. And at the same time, the same study says that iOS apps are 21% more expensive to develop than Android applications, and a whopping 81% more than BlackBerry. So when you add it all up, it means fewer dollars out of your pockets and more dollars in. By any objective measure, BlackBerry developers are positioned to be the most successful in the world. And we're committed to making you even more successful in the year ahead. We've created an open ecosystem that allows you to bring your code, almost any code, native C, Android, Java, Air, HTML5 on frameworks like Marmalade and Appcelerator and jQuery and Cordova, and easily port that code into BlackBerry 10. Our guitar player, Chris Smith, will tell you all about that in a few minutes. And we have a porting lounge in the Jam space here, so bring your laptop and your mobile app, and my team will help you. The BlackBerry App World team is also here on hand to help you get your newly ported apps published and ready for download. And in the months ahead, we're going to be bringing those porting labs to a city near you as well. You'll be able to come in with your code and leave with a BlackBerry 10 application ready to go in App World. So stay tuned for details on that one. One of the coolest things that we've done in the last year is open a tech center in Waterloo. And if you know Waterloo, you'll know where it is. It's at Communitech Hub in the old Lang Tannery building. It's been so successful that we've now gone and signed contracts to open permanent tech centers around the world, starting right here in Silicon Valley, then in Vancouver, London, India, and Indonesia. And these are going to be your headquarters for all things BlackBerry. Drop-in tech support 5 days a week, coding spaces, events. These are going to be hubs of activity where you can bring issues, share ideas, get ideas, and build community. And they are going to be amazing. And in case you're waiting on a tool, wondering when it's going to arrive, we launched these arrival boards. They're similar to the kind of information that you see when you go to a train station. You'll know exactly what's coming down the track and when it's going to be available, so you don't have to think about that stuff anymore. Now, this next one I think is totally cool. Starting today, we're launching a YouTube channel featuring profiles of cool developers from around the world, demos of new apps, reports on BlackBerry Jam sessions, interviews with key members of the BlackBerry team talking about the latest news, tutorials on how to use Cascades and other tools. I have been talking about this internally for a year, and I am totally delighted that we're able to launch it today. Super passionate about it. I think you're going to find it an incredibly valuable resource. And similarly, every 2 weeks, we're going to host interactive webcasts for all Dev Alpha recipients. And those will allow all of you developing for BlackBerry 10 to ask questions and get answers right away, no matter where you are. So check them out. And finally, we're taking this event, Jam, on the road to Asia in November and Europe in February, spreading the word around the world, seeding the pipeline, building momentum, and creating the conditions for success for all of us. So now's the time to join with us. Now is the time. Now's the time. Add to the momentum. Get your apps in the store. You will make money with BlackBerry, just as you already are making money with BlackBerry. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you make more money with BlackBerry. RIM's commitment to you is real. We've designed a beautiful, social, integrated new interface. We've seeded developers around the world to develop applications for it. We've partnered with global app category leaders to make strategic alliances. We've created a sophisticated new store that will allow users to discover your apps and trust in their quality. And we've created a certification program to help you stand out in that store. And we've created a level of global support that makes it easy for you to succeed and hard for you not to. Because we believe. We believe. We believe in BlackBerry 10, and we believe in you. Thank you.